Cavaliers. Ashman and Love are the forwards. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. And it's Thompson in at the center position. And for the Pistons, on the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Reggie Jackson out there with Rose. And it's Brown in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Griffin. Shoots over Garland. And that one's good. Griffin. And tonight's game may be won or lost on that front line, Smitty. What makes for an effective front court tandem, do you think?
I think, first of all, if that tandem can switch on pick and rolls, that tandem can shoot the basketball and also make plays somewhat like a guard. But the biggest thing is if they can rebound and able to guard smaller guys, this will make them great.
Interesting. Garland, no good. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Pistons. Here's the teardrop. Thompson with the rebound. Cleveland with the ball. We're about 1 minute into the first. Here's Osman. Kicks it out to Love. Hits it from three-point range.
And Love had his feet set, was ready and waiting to knock that one down.
Pass to Griffin. Over Love. They get the rebound. Drummond throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
Free throw, good. Drummond. And the defensive impact that Andre Drummond can have on the floor is a major factor.
Well, you know that Drummond is going to do the work of 3 players on the glass, but he's also been a solid rim protector who makes up for his height with great timing and reach.
Here's Osman. Here's the 3. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
When he's feeling good, he can help you stretch the defense a lot.
Now here's Drummond. Griffin trying to get open, and Drummond gets it to go on the assist by Jackson. Drummond's got 5 points so far. Cleveland's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Garland, the pass to Sexton. Count it.
And although Sexton is slightly undersized, he plays with great physicality and aggression. Nice finish there off contact.
Jackson finds Griffin, and stolen by Sexton. Pass to Thompson. Back to Sexton. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go. Moves back up. And the layup good by Love. 5 points in the game.
You know, that's what happens when you don't block out effectively. Kevin Love just outworked everybody.
Passes it to Griffin. Over Love. The baseline J off the mark.
Easy chance for mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Cavaliers lead by 3. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching. Andre Drummond says he's learned how to be a leader on this.
Watching previous guys who've led this team.
And, you know, Greg, with Blake Griffin, he's got somebody to take some of that leadership role alongside him.
And those two will be pivotal in deciding just how good this team can be.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. What stands out to you from the Cavaliers in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. Clarkson is out there with Porter. Then there's Larry Nance. Then there's Kevin Love, and it's Windler in at the 3.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche, Greg, as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." And that's what I've done. So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Doumbouya good.
That pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Clarkson dishes to Love. Outside Porter. The pass to Windler. Launches a 3. No good on the shot. And the Pistons now going the other way. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Clarkson. The quick look, no good that time. Pistons trailed by 9. Galloway kicks to Kennard. Shot from 12. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Clearly a foul.
The Cavaliers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Free throw good. Porter. And a different look here for the Pistons. Drummond's checked in for Markieff Morris. Griffin comes in for Doumbouya. Rose, he's checked in for Langston Galloway. And it's Jackson in for Tim Frazier. And he can't hit the second. Pistons trail by 10. Now Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And it's Drummond with the jam.
With the flexibility to adjust at the rim, Drummond can catch the pass almost anywhere and still throw it down.
From deep. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is the first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period, with 3 points being their... And that's a wrap.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Andre Drummond with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Derrick Rose is out there with Jackson, and it's Brown in at the 3 set. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half.
Well, the young bull, Colin Sexton, getting a lot of playing time in his rookie season, allowed him to play through his mistakes, and that's what you hope for coming in.
Garland Garland, the pass to Sexton. Thompson, high post. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That is his first foul of the game. Thompson outside. Pass to Osman. Clock at 6. Pass to Love. The 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. Love's got 8 points. And even as the Cavaliers lagged at the very bottom of the standings, Greg, Sexton publicly described the season as fun. Would that bother you as a veteran?
Losing seasons, they suck. I mean, no other way to put it. I think he cares about winning, but keeping that positivity is probably the best approach.
There's 1:38 left in the third quarter. Here's Osman. He squares up and sinks it. Osman's got his second basket. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Detroit. 9-point game. Kicks it to Rose. Passes it to Griffin. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
He's so athletic. Blake Griffin's one of those players you have to make a decision. You have to wrap him up before he takes off.
First one falls for him.
And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit is how he's developed as a leader, has come into his own with how he takes responsibility for the team's play.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Doomboy is checked in for Brown. Luke Kennard comes in for Derrick Rose. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Jackson. And he makes both free throws. And with Griffin, you look at his time on the Clippers, and for most of his career, he was more of a second in command.
Coach Casey said last year early on that Griffin is the leader of this team, and Blake took it upon himself to step up to the challenge. It makes sense no matter how you look at it. He's their best player and needs to be one of the leaders. Love the recognition, realizes that one is all him.
Sometimes that's the call. You want to be unselfish, but even more so, you want to be effective.
There's Garland. It's deflected. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Porter's checked in. Cleveland leading by 5. Osman kicks to Porter. Now the pass to Windler. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Six on the shot clock. Right at the free throw line. Second shot opportunity, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the first one at the line is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
That shot is off. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. Right back at... Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Pistons trailed by 7. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, we've got Larry Nance. Jordan Clarkson is out there at Porter. And it's Osman in at the 4 spot. Galloway with the bucket.
And you can sense the urgency from them now. They were flat in that first half, but they've come out here in the second and been much more aggressive offensively.
Here's Nance, and he makes good on the layup. And the Cavaliers lead by 6.
Yeah, this league is in good shape when you talk about guys like Nance. The consummate role player does everything that's asked of him.
Here's Griffin, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against Cleveland. The first one falls.
Despite all the injuries, Griffin was given the big contract. That kind of thing is a guessing game, but with high stakes.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Brown, he's checked in for Dumboya. Rose comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Langston Galloway. Sexton with it. Picked up by Brown. Back to Sexton. That's in there. Love with the assist.
Look at the unselfishness by Kevin Love. Doesn't have what he wants, finds a wide open teammate.
Pass to Griffin. Brown trying to free himself up. Good on that shot. And with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down to 4 again on the bucket from Blake Griffin. Sexton finds Thompson. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And when you're a guy who plays with great finishers like Thompson has, you have to learn how to distribute.
Here's Jackson. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
This is what the team needs from Jackson. Leadership when the game heats up.
Garland, he's checked in for Cleveland.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
The Cavaliers leading by 4. Pass to Love. Passes it to Garland. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Detroit. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Here's Griffin. He feeds it to Drummond. Good D by Thompson.
This is the shot you want, right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Garland with it. Over to the left wing. Here's Love. That shot off the mark. And Detroit the other way now. Here's Jackson. Detroit, no good that time either. And so they foul intentionally. And they are in the driver's seat.
Yes, they are. If they come away with points on this trip, Katie barred the door.
Drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Good job. Want to keep fueling that lead. Make your free throws.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're behind by 6. 32 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Guys, what's your take?
Looking for a quick shot, trying to extend the game.
And on the defensive end, they'll have to foul whomever gets the ball. No time left to be picky.
32 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Fires the three. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. They've led by as many as 11 points. And an intentional foul right there. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And how about the explosiveness of Sexton, a crafty floor general who is consistent in how hard he attacks the defense.
So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 8. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
Licking their wounds. It hasn't come together for them tonight.
They are left picking up the remains of their game plan. Better luck next time.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now, here's Porter. We see the Cavaliers get the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time